All right. How's everybody doing today? A few people in here. We'll get our chat on. Of course, links are going to play havoc with me today. Well, that's the way it goes, right? Google shortener for now. It never fouls up for the most part. There we go. All right. Ooh, yeah, that was good noise. I made my boom for recording audio tracks and whatnot. So yeah, as you can see, I'm bubbling. So if you're popping in, you're wondering why my tank looks like that, I'm bubbling. So we'll get our chat on. We'll see if we can get a few people in here and get some info on the go and some conversation and have a good time. That's the whole point of this. Otherwise, what are we doing? I was looking into that Indonesia thing. I wasn't seeing a whole lot more info, but I think it's going to probably be a couple of weeks before we really see anything ironclad, so to speak. Kind of feel bad for my saltwater journey. One of his frogfish didn't make it through quarantine. That always sucks. It's never fun. And I got another buddy who somehow has ick and is being slightly evasive with my questions. So I think it's one of those, he doesn't want to tell me that he did add something from somewhere because he knows that's going to be the answer. And it's like, well, of course it is. Don't feel bad about that. Everybody does that, right? It happens. Ick is an ever-present thing in our hobby. And the guy who invents the magic bullet way to cure ick, in other words, rid the parasite and keep the fish healthy, that's going to be a rich. So we'll see who we get in here. I've informed a few friends. Let's see who we get. It is only Tuesday. But, it is what it is. That was lame. Sorry about that. So, yeah. So, as some of you know, I'm going to be moving in the next month and a half. I'm kind of looking forward to it. Kind of in a weird state of mind about a few things with my tanks. My 20 is going to stay the way it is completely. In fact, when I go to move this tank, we're not really sure which way we're going to go. I know I'm going to empty it, but I might actually just spray the rock. It's only going to be about 15 minutes till the tank's in the next place and set up. But then it occurred to me, when you're doing a move, the problem is you think it's going to be 50 minutes and then 2 hours later. So what I'm probably going to do is strip the tank down to the sand. Corals and rocks will go in separate tubs. Fish will go in a separate container as well. Move it, set it up, and then once I have it running and it looks okay, I'll put the fish back in, or the coral back in, then the fish back in. And that way kind of keep the stress levels as low as I possibly can. The 120, on the other hand, is going to be a real trick. I would like to up front get new rock and new sand, have everything designed up front. Hey, how you doing, Jeff? And then sort of take it from there. So looking forward to it, but raising the funds, right? Myself, I'm just talking about what I'm going to do with my move. Just because it's live, doesn't mean I can't treat it like a video. So a lot of people know what I'm doing. So some people just drop in, hear me talk about what I'm doing. How's the day treating you, Jeff? Or Al? What am I talking about? You're not Jeff. American Reefing's Jeff. Let's see who else. I had a few. Wow, a lot of people dealing with that right now. So I got a funny feeling I know where they all came from. Nighttime for you. Where are you? Are you over in the UK, Europe area? Oh, you're on vacation. Cool. Where'd you go on vacation? Where did you decide to go, sir? Or where did your wife go? Right, you're in California. Okay. So if you're nighttime, I'm guessing you went west? Or you went to Europe, one of the two. And even Europe, it'd still be daytime. Oh, cool. All right. Far west. All right. Did you go to Japan or Indonesia or Hawaii? Maybe. I would hope you didn't go to Hawaii, but you know, I'm sure you can still have a good time over there. But they're just all freaking out. Those volcanoes are having fun. Yes, I am bubbling, sir. I just did a huge water change on this tank and cleaned up some. It's not dino. I had a good look at it when I was cleaning it up, but it's definitely a little brown hair algae in my sand. So I said, well, I'll suck up all I can, get rid of any waste that's in there. And yeah, Hawaii's having a hell of a time, man. It hasn't been this bad since '75, I guess. So that's going to be something. Yeah. That's a whole other ring of fire, huh? What the hell? Wow. Some people are so cryptic. Ah, that's fine, man. Nothing wrong with that. It happens. You know what I'm saying? So we got 5 people watching right now. You feel free to say hello. And okay. Let's close that. Thank you. Sorry. No, I got fresh coffee on, so I'm gonna put a couple hours in, I think. Get some people in here. I met some new people last night. Hopefully they get my notifications and we'll see how that goes. And sorry, my internet's sucking too, by the way. I think the internet in general is having a hell of a time today. There we go. Yeah. But overall, it was an interesting day. I'm going to make a video about my water change because something I think a common misconception is that with a nano or water changes in general, really, that it takes so long in this. And it's like, well, once you kind of pass 100 gallons, it can take a little bit. But even then, it's the size of your pump that you're going to pump the water back in with. I mean, you don't want to go so crazy as to blow the tank around, but at the same token, my little 300 gallon per hour, or I guess 1,300 gallons or 1,300 liters, which is supposed to be around 400 gallons per hour, just isn't cutting it. I mean, that thing is just bleh. I've got a pump in my tank that I'm going to be swapping out for a bigger Jabo DC pump, and we'll kind of see where that goes because I think that's going to work a little better for the big tank. So, and it depends if I get to keep my big tank when I move. Yeah, I have to move. I mean, it's a given. I was going to have to move June 1st. It looks now like it's going to be July 1st. It looks like it will be. They screwed up, so I get an extra month to find a place. This city, the big places, they overcharge like crazy for. So if you want 3 or 4 bedrooms, they really try to put it to you for it. It's areas, so there's really just not a lot of, for lack of a better term. And my phone went out. Did I stop going live again? I did. Or did I? So let's close you. No, my tank's still showing there. I don't know what's going on there. All right, well, we'll deal with it. Thank you, YouTube. Thanks to my internet connection more than anything. Yeah. Yeah, so it shows you tech support's tools at hand. My internet went out yesterday. Well, it must be your modem. Go swap out your modem. So I went and got a new modem from them, blah, blah, blah. Hooked up. Still no internet. Turns out there was a area coverage problem. And my internet service provider was down. And that's how well informed these poor techs were. And people wonder why I want to get out of tech support. That's why. You know, you make me toe this horrendous line of crap when you guys are the ones who are actually down, but we're the ones who are going to feel that, right? You know what I'm saying. So who's hanging out besides Al, a.k.a. Luke, or Luke? I'm not sure. I've never really been told one way or the other, Al. Because I know it's not Al, it's A-L. So, you know, but I just call you Al. I wonder if my shortener's working yet. Nope. Go back over here. See what we get. But yeah, it's you know, the usual kind of day. I bet Lee's just not working these days. Just don't call you late for dinner, right? Getting the deal? So. I should do the cruise call. We could cruise in here. Come on, cruise. Where the hell are you? Yeah, I think people just like hearing me talk, which is, it's a little weird. But, you know, it's what it is. It's one of those times you wish you could play music in between while you're waiting for, you know, to build up to the show. But I looked into licensing fees, and that's just not worth it. Interesting. You'll probably hear my cat in the background because we're not all quibbling and talking. Hey, what's going on, Eddie? How's life treating you, sir? Yeah, we're just sort of building up. It's always a slow start. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So what you're saying, it's a poopy day for you? Still a little early in the day to get a little blue with the language, that kind of thing. So yeah. I got a few people say they're going to show up here in a minute. We'll see. Oh, yeah. Vehicle inspection. Okay. Explain. Is that like us when we have roadblocks where they're just checking, you know, safety inspections and that your vehicle's registered, or? Or are you actually getting your vehicle? That's we do that here in Canada once a year, but now this is a live hangout, Eddie. This one will actually pop, you're up and on the air type deal. Just so you know. That's there for anybody who wants to jump in, have a chitty chat. I like how I've got my bubbling just down to the heavy bubbles now that it actually is messing up the focus on the picture. Interesting. I got another big thing I got to do. That's easy. I got to clean my 120. I was looking at it today going, ooh, that's looking a little weak. So I went and did an inspection and noticed that the intake's starting to look a little clogged. Little clogged it is. So I'll clean that up. Hey, what's going on, big guy? Tank per day. But I'll probably have it anyway, just because it needs to get half decently quick. Oh. Wow, where's all my homies? Started a little late today. Reef Community Worldwide was up and running. No sense overlapping each other if you can avoid it. But I was going to run one way or the other today, so I figure I get some stuff done and I'll hop on a little late. It could be it. I doubt it though. A lot of people are at work. That's you know, par for the course. That's how the world works. We work. There you go. Yeah, they do that here. Not as common as it used to be, though. Yeah, they have their moments. That's for sure. I'm having internet. You know that now. I don't know. Personally, me, I didn't have a problem. I think wet dry filters, depending on the situation, work really well. They're really not for me. He's in the middle of something. Yeah, everyone's lagging. Yeah, I'm majorly lagging. Sorry about that, guys. Not sure what's going on there, but that should not be doing that. There you go. How you doing, Tom? Oh, I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did. I'm going to go have a quick look at my cam, guys. Make sure that it's up and running correctly. Yep. Having some issues here. I'll be right back, guys. Just hold tight. Shouldn't take long to fix. hell's going on with the internet? Well, things are working at this end. How you doing, Tom?
I'm doing good. You?
Cool. My internet's just lagging a little bit. I'll be there, okay?
Yeah. I haven't seen trickle filter in a long time in saltwater hobbies. And mainly used in freshwater systems. I think Joey has a trickle system on his saltwater setup he's doing right now, actually. So I think that would be one going up. Just designed a sump a week ago, I think, with a trickle filter on it. But I prefer just to do it right through the refugium, right back in the tank again. Keep all the microfauna circling. Hi, Derricat. What's up, dude? What's up, Unlucky Eddie? That's a good name. I should have that name. I'm an unlucky bastard. Still working, Derricat, or you're off now?
All right, let's see if that improves things. Hey, Eradicate, what's going on? Okay, I seem to be back live. Sorry about that, guys.
You're still live, but the scream is lagging.
Yeah, I see that too, eh?
Your voice ain't lagging, but the scream is.
But the stream, huh? The screen. You're talking about the video for
the fish tank.
Yeah, the fish tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird. I don't know what the hell's going on there.
We have a nap. Derricat, we don't sleep here. We just go.
Yeah, pretty much. So
we drink coffee and we poop and we go.
That's pretty much it. We're kind of like fish in that regard, right?
Yeah. They don't like coffee.
Yeah. So my LFS guy, I'm having a look here. He just sent me pictures of his setup, and he has done a major overhaul. Major, actually. Somebody's getting ready for me to do an LFS tour with him.
What's getting a new tank?
He's cleaning up his QT, and he's making sure all the corals are, healthy. He's doing a big pest. Oh, that hammer's not doing good, huh? Okay. Man, did he ever snap me a bunch of pictures. Good job, man.
It's nice when they are cleaning up the systems. They need it. Most LFS looks like crap.
Most of them do, and his is just looking Oh, if that's what he did, awesome. Sorry, guys. Hey, Tina. I'm going to show this just because there's nothing wrong with that picture. So this end is close to when you walk in the door, you'll see it. So I'll give you a sneak peek, just a little sneak peek. And I like what he's done, to be honest. So let's see here. Let's try that and see if that lags out. Hopefully it doesn't. There we go. So there we go. That's presented for everyone to see. And hopefully you guys can all see that.
Is that the frag station?
That's not a bad idea, Eddie. So that's his, when you come in, the hooks are on the door on the right. And as you walk in, so what he's done is actually moved what he used to have on the far side. So in the middle of this room is 1, 2, 3, 4 tanks. And on the end is his QT system. So you can actually see the fish in QT.
That's
right.
Good.
Yeah, it's really kind of cool the way he's done it. And if you look on the wall here, so everything on the far left, and I mean beyond the orange on the bottom, that's his fragging stuff he uses. But you can see, like, I can see refractometers there, food, silicone, carbon, sediment filters. I see some coral box pumps. See those magnifying headsets like I was telling you about? They're on the top shelf on the right. He sells them all the time. They're always here. Right? So there's no reason for anybody who wants to frag and wants to be able to look at it right. There's no reason you can't get one here locally. It's like right there, $20. You know what I mean? Like it's right there, man. $20. The lights on it are crap, but I just took one of those headband lights and glued it on. You know, with some super glue. So open it up first, because I mean, you know, super glue is not going to hold on to nothing easily. But yeah,
my fish has torn on several of my corals.
Isn't that what they do? Hello, Mr. Snail. Why don't you come along and pop goes the weasel? You know, just play that music.
Yeah, my urchin is good at that one.
Yeah, exactly right. So.
No, I just looked at my coral today. It was lost for 2 days, so I just find it today and reglue it, and that's how we're starting to branch out. Just before they ripped off.
Cool. All right, so let's see if there's another shot that I can show you guys. I guess an alternate view couldn't hurt. Let's see, make sure I'm still showing. I am. So there we go. I put a link up if you got time. If you're not out looking after Marky or anything. Yeah, everybody can see my personal Facebook too, though. But whatever. Can't come in. Links don't work for me. Oh, right. Laugh out. You getting Marky up too? Yeah, getting some chachage. Nothing wrong with that. You know, because there's always later, depending on what's going on. So yeah, you can see there, like, you know, he's starting to get at what he wants to do, get it where he wants to go. He's been up for about 2 years. And he just does a great, you know, he's a good guy. He's got 35 years on the hobby. He started in New York City on tap water.
He got 30 years in the hobby.
Yeah, you know. So these guys are the guys that, you know, when I'm talking to them, I trust them. Bacon today.
I trust mine too, with a pinch of salt.
Yeah, exactly, right.
Because they're old school.
Yeah, exactly. So I always go to them. Yeah, exactly. Like he likes apexes. He thinks all that stuff's great. But like he said, the problem is that people are starting to become too reliant on that and not paying attention with their eyes. Exactly. Right? Look at your tank. You can figure it out. Use your test kits. Look at your tank. Take what you're learning from people and apply that, right? The thing I find that's funny is people stuff, they'll do it all for you. No, an Apex won't tell you that you're going to get an SGO break. You know, I'm sure that you can set it up a certain way to actually monitor that, you know, what specific parameters you're looking for, but it doesn't tell you everything. You know, your eyes are your main defense for anything.
Yeah, the Apex is mostly just to turn things on and off. I can do that manually.
Yep. Or with little timers. Yeah.
It's just a rich way of doing anything.
There you go. Yeah, woody money.
I can't afford it, man. It costs too much.
It is. I mean, you know, you're talking somewhere between $9 American, right? So U.S. or Canada, and then I guess over in the U.K. they're saying it's close to 900 or 800 pound, right? Which is roughly equivalent. You know, it's $1,000 for what I considered a glorified. Can I start curing my dry rock using tap water in the salt mix? I know I'd have to do water.
Just the baseline for Apex for my is 1,300 Canadian dollars. That's just a base, nothing else.
What I would do, Eddie, that's a tough call because you really don't know what's in your water. What I would probably recommend that you can get away with for curing rock, go to Walmart, fill up some 5-gallon containers with RO, right? And that way you alleviate a majority of anything bad, especially metals. So the TDS might be higher, the total dissolved solids, but I would probably recommend in that case to go with that if you can, right? You know, I don't know how far away your local Walmart or somebody, like I have 4 places I can go here and get RO. So I can go to like our grocery store has one. Actually, every grocery store has one. And what I do is I look for the last time they changed the filters. Right.
But what you use tap water because all the metals are leaching into the rocks and they won't go anywhere.
Yeah,
you get copper and everything else in the water.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know exactly what's in it, so you're better off just to have at least it somewhat filtered. But it doesn't have to be. And I mean, that's not going to cost you a ton. I think 5 gallons of water is like $2 on average, depending where you go. I think here now it's $2.93. But you know, it's one of those like an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. In that case, you don't really want to be dealing with that later.
I I can just go to my workplace and get that RO water. We got industrial units.
Yeah, you got it. One sec here. My kid just absolutely refuses to let that cat in the frickin' room, and she'll sit there and meow her ass off till he does. It's like, dude, just let her in. What's so hard? What are you trying to hide by keeping your door closed? Just open your damn door. It never happens, right? Leave it open just enough for a cat. Jesus. Come on.
To check it out. Let me in.
I was like, I told him, if you're going to smoke dope, which you can't in the house, but hey, we live and let live, man. You want to do it, that's your choice. I'm not going to bother you about it. And I'm going to have to go let that cat in. But anyway, I know that's it. He doesn't get it. It's like catnip. That's what catnip is hemp, right? So they're going to want in there, man, because they think you got something special for them.
Yeah, I close the door to an animal. That's like poison.
Mm-hmm.
They want that.
Foolishness of that. Jesus. Anyway, it's like, just let the damn cat in, man.
Yeah, that's why I don't have cats.
Oh, they're fine. They're fine, sort of. I'm not going to really get into it.
Not me either.
I'm not really going to get into it. I have mixed feelings. Let's say that.
I got the perfect excuse. I'm allergic to all animals.
Oh, there you go. See, I don't. I have a crazy cat lady for a wife. She keeps wanting more cats. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, we tried cats before. It was fine as long as they were kittens. But they got the grown-up fur. It was all over.
It was all over, right?
Yeah.
Oh, do your poodle stand at the door and see do you have like patio doors, Tina? And clip out, want to get out there? Oh, there you go.
Yeah, the dogs like leaves.
That's where I'm misunderstanding that a little bit. Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like my mother had a dog. He liked to roll in carnage. So if he went out back and there was a dead rodent out back, he had to roll on it.
That's a disgusting thing. That's what my dog did too.
It is. Yeah, you just gotta look at him and it's like, oh, come on.
Yeah. And then you smell like poop now. Go into the shower.
Now you need a bath. What do you think the point of this is? Don't you understand?
Yes.
Pot leaves. Oh, well, yeah, that's true enough. I got to admit that. I think I've seen dogs with that one too. Yeah. Bad police dog, eh?
Yeah. They go.
What evidence? I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm rolling in it. Come on. Leave me alone.
It's all good. You can use me in court. Yeah.
They're all going to sniff him. Are you bubbling?
I am bubbling. Yeah, I did a big water change. Well, big, relatively speaking, I did 4.5 gallons on a 20. But I guess that's a big change. But I had a little bit of I don't know if it was a brown cyano. I was starting to get some hair on it. So I actually have a video of me removing the cyano from the sump because that's where it's showing up because of the light spectrum down there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to keep dosing the C-chem stability in here, and I'm going to keep bubbling and keep doing it and keep it out of my display for one. Oh, and what I didn't get on video, and I wish I had it, but it was really, really, really... Oh, anytime, Eddie. That's the whole point of this. This is... We might talk crap and get going there at some point. The wireless from Marcus Mance. Waterleaf, right. Oh.
What's that?
It's a... Tina can probably explain it better than I can.
Sounds strange.
Yeah, I'll let her explain it. Yeah, I'm not that up on it as I recall, but yeah, you kind of get into this. How to put it? I had a mode today. I went into and I said, okay, I'm gonna get in there. I'm gonna clean this up. I cleaned my skimmer cup on the 20, which is now skimming as thick as my 120. So that is just you don't want to you definitely don't want to sip that stuff. Let me tell you.
No, you don't. Oh my god, you get sick.
Yeah, clean that out. Yeah, you get deathly ill. Pump's working really good. I moved it, so that's why you notice the bubbles are a little finer now. I don't know if you've noticed from last time.
Yeah,
It's not
it's
the
more
buds.
like mine now, a fog.
Yep. So I was looking at my 120, and I can't get it much smaller. And I was looking at the pump and realized the pump is just engrossed in gross crap. So I'm like, oh, that's what's going on. So I'm gonna have to get in there and siphon and clean a little bit. So I'm probably gonna do about 5 gallons and do it real lazy. But I'm gonna have to do it really small, right? Because when I clean this tank out, I don't use like a big hose. You know, even the 1/2 inch hose is too big for a 20. It's too fast to really give it a good cleaning. So I just use 1/4 inch airline, and I go in and around all those corals and get all the algae that's in the sand out of it, and then inspect the corals to make sure they're not getting covered over with it. And it's working out. That's working out insanely well. Thank you, Dave's Nano Tank. Great tip. Never would have thought to use just airline. I wouldn't have thought it would be enough, but it is.
Yeah, it is a good siphon airline.
Yeah. All right. Well, you have a good day, Eddie.
End.
Thanks for dropping in, buddy. So, kind of the whole point of it, I guess, is, do what you can, work with what you got, right?
Yeah. That's what I do.
That's all I ever do.
Yeah. I got my powder brown tank, man. He's working his ass off.
Chomping away?
Yeah, he's eating everything.
He
got the nor and everything he can eat, but he don't touch it. He eat all the rocks. He's a good boy.
Yeah, I can't wait to see Eddie do his setup. He's working his way towards, I think, a 75 and a 75. So a 75 sump on a 75 display.
Yeah, but I think I said before we're going to do a 75 extra for Refugium. Blah, blah. I can't even speak now.
Why not? If you got the room and I saw his framing set up, and it's like, that's going to be fantastic, right? Nice, strong.
It's good.
Yeah, easy to work with. So nice big open fronts too, like mine.
Yeah.
See, I got no cross members to deal with, right? So
exactly.
But yeah, that figures. So that comes in now. Okay, give me a sec here, guys. Okay, so all right, yes, sir. I will help you because you are my friend. I have a friend who had a death in the family.
Yeah.
And he needs my help with something. So I am looking at the amount of people. Hey, all to the people that came in. Thanks for the thumbs up. You beautiful, wonderful people. I am going to cut this one short. Most people would have got their fix because I know RCW was up at some point there today. I saw him and I just dropped in to say hi. So I will get back on later. What I'll do is I'll make sure when I go to get on that I don't have to go pick up the wife. Oh, no. I know that, Tina. I don't either anymore. Well, no. Well, not admitting to anything.
Don't say too much.
No, and I don't really. I mean, it would be a one-off if I did anyway. It's not like any kind of a habit or like a want to. It's more of if the situation were there. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Hey, Chip, what's going on? So I'm going to stay up for what time? He needs me at dinner. I got about 30 minutes. We'll keep it going for another 30. It's one of those things, right? I don't mind staying on, especially I got people here. I don't care if I got 5 people here. I don't want to tell anybody. It does smell. I'm not a big fan of, even not being smoked. I'm not a fan of the smell of weed. Some people, I don't know, they love it. Then again, I like the smell of spirulina flakes, and some people think it smells like fish tart. So go figure.
Weed smells so sweet.
Yeah, it's almost
super sweet smell.
Sickeningly sweet. Yeah.
Yeah. We have somebody who smoked weed next to our workplace a year ago. Man, it stinked all over the place.
I'll tell you what's funny. There's a place in Moncton now, which is a big pot grow out, now that they've legalized it and everything here in Canada. And it's kind of funny how many people are turned off by the fact that in a mass production environment, it just reeks, right? Because it's just so pervasive in the air.
Oh, yes.
And it's... because it's a hydroponic grow out, so they're going to have fans to control the humidity, and guess what? You're all going to smell, right?
Yeah.
No, and that's it. I don't want to go, Tina. I'm just watching my buddy here, and he's saying, well, and he's changing his mind. I know what he's going through. I know I can help him with it, but if he can handle it himself, handle it yourself, sir. Or if you're just looking for moral support, say so, and I'll come there and be moral support. I'm cool with that. I need them when I move.
You got a place yet?
No, but I don't. You didn't hear. My landlord screwed up. They the new owners, they wanted me out for the 1st of June. Guess what? They didn't give me a terminate notice. Guess what? In the rules here state you have to give it to me on the 1st.
Yeah,
or you don't. And you can verbally say it all you want, but if I don't have it in writing and you haven't submitted it to the rentalsman, guess what? Too bad.
Yeah, so, you have to sign it.
Yep. No, I don't have to sign it. You just got to hand it to me.
Okay.
Whether I like it or not, right? But you still have to submit it to the rentalsman on time. So I was speaking to them. They're like, no, we don't have it. So you're good, right? Give them a call, like they said, right? Which I will tomorrow, right? And let them know I never got a notice from you guys, so I'm going to be staying for June 1st. Rent will be on time. See you later. Goodbye.
Have a nice day.
Right? And that gives me more time to wait on that townhouse, right, for when to come available. Because if I can get the 4-bedroom town, I mean, come on, guys. Let's face it. I have a hobby that it takes a lot of room. So the more room I have, and then I have my own studio office again, that's what I'm looking for. And why the donations are so important to me. They all go to that. I don't use it for much else of anything else, right? Like move or bust is what I've been calling it.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like, you want to donate, feel free. It's in the link down below. If you don't, that's fine too. I just love having people here talking. But, Elegant Corals is one of my sponsors. They've helped out. Aquarium Cabinet Solutions has sent me some equipment. Still haven't gotten that. I got to talk to Nick. Because I know that's coming out of Arizona, I think.
Probably is.
But yeah, I work with those guys a lot, talk with them and whatnot. And the whole thing, I guess, kind of comes down to, I really do want to do a big video production of moving the tanks. And the thing that we're going to kind of take it from is that some people want to take that out first. I don't. I want my rugs, all my furniture, everything out of the house, and just all the equipment I need to move everybody as far as the fish and the tanks here, right, with towels and buckets. Right. And the wife's like, so we're going to need a whole stack of towels. I said, we'll just go down to the Value Village, the dollar. We call it a Value Village, used clothing store. And what I'll do is go to the towel section and buy, old beach towels for like $1.
Yeah.
Right. Because basically I'm going to be using them to wipe up stinky ass salt water. But it just makes it easier, and a spill is cleaned up so much quicker when you use a towel, right? Mop's fine, but the problem with the mop is when you have a gallon of water, it hits the floor. That's not going to pick up a gallon of water really quick, right? So
it's good when the room is clear as well, because nothing is in the way.
Exactly, and yeah, you're exactly right, Al. Move it first or move it last. I think last is easier. That gives you a lot more room to move things around. So if I got to take a tub with the fish in it and move it over to a plug so I can actually plug the heater in or the air stone in, trying to move a couch out of the way to do that, right? So I think that's why I always tell people I'd leave it to last if you can. That's not always the case, but in my case, it should be. It should be. But a 120-gallon tank is no small feat when you're moving it. I did 4 tanks last time.
That's nice. That's a lot of tanks.
You getting gurgling noises when you're bubbling? You can bubble in the tank. The only problem with bubbling in the tank is then you see the bubbler, and you got to put it. Your best bet is to put it near a power head, so that it actually chops the bubbles up even finer.
I did it.
Yeah, but I mean, whatever works for you, Tina. Like I said, there's more than one way to skin a reef, so you don't have to say I only can do it this way. You can do whatever way you want.
But if a girl goes turn down the air volume on the air stone.
Yeah.
Because I have to turn mine down because it was starting to gurgle in the return pump. You got too much air.
So yeah, that valve that he gave you with it, close it off even more. So it's barely going. You could try that too. Because I know we sent you that micro ball valve from Two Little Fishies. But that in turn will make the air pump noisier because it'll be working harder to push air. But it can handle it. It's a Tom's Aqua Lifter, recall, so it can handle it quite well.
Yeah. I got a dial on my pump, so I don't have to do that.
Yeah. No, she's that's on the air side. Yeah, you weren't there last night, so when she set it up, but yeah.
Yeah. No, I haven't been on for a while. I've been having leave for myself.
Yeah, the cavitation. I think you've heard me say that before, that word. So when you put air against a propeller, that's cavitation, right? So if you put it right underneath the gyre, what you would be better off to do is move it to the left or right of the gyre, and put it closer to the surface, so to speak. You'll hear the bubbles, but what it will actually let you do is pull that. Wow, come on, go live, you bugger! What the hell? And it's just going stupid today. Sorry, guys. Yeah, my camera's just not displaying Rob properly today. I might have to drop that out and put it back in, maybe. Yeah, I might have to do that. I'm going to go try that. Give me a sec there, Tom, because it's actually messing up my internet too. Or that's my assumption anyway. Because my audio's not going bad. Whatever.
No, it's the camera is eating up all the feed.
Yeah, it could be eating up my feed. So we'll pop it out, pop it back in, see if we can clean it up. I'll be right back. 2 momentos.
Have you tried the airstone and the Tina? Or just have tried it on the Maspect gyro?
There we go. I think it was the bubbling was causing the camera to go into mega focus mode. So it was just constantly trying to catch it. No, it's still pretty choppy. Oh, well. Yeah.
Oh, there's the fat one.
So why did you move it at the sump? Was it making the sump make noise? Is that what you were getting at, Tina? Oh, but though you don't need to run it for a long time. You only need to run it for an hour and a half. You can run it when you're not at the tank on a timer. And then
do it like we do. Do it when you're sleeping.
Yeah. I'm just doing it now because exactly. I normally do it when I'm not actually up. And that way I don't hear anything from it. So,
because my bubbling turns on, and as soon as the light turns off, the bubbling turns on, and just 5 minutes before the light turns on again, it turns off.
Yeah,
the bubbles all night.
Yeah. So yeah, what you would do is go buy a little timer from Walmart. I buy the little Stanley digital timer.
Yeah.
Plug the pump into that and set it to come on at like 2 o'clock in the morning. You know, you're in bed, you're sleeping, and then it'll do it for 2 hours and shut itself off.
Yeah.
Oh, it
I
won't
don't even hear my bubbling.
No,
So
won't do anything. Nope. Won't hurt a thing. No. It's just noise, and you can also ramp it down, right? The finer the bubbles, the better, right? So
yeah.
No, so I turned my I had turned off my wave maker in an attempt to get my euphyllias to come out more, and they really weren't, and I was starting to get a lot of crap real fast settling in the sand. So I'm like, no, no. So, you know, it's what it is.
Yeah, you can't do anything about it.
It's my phone actually having issues connecting to the internet today. Interesting.
Yes, the Wi-Fi is going down. Maybe I have to reset the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I probably will later. I don't care. You know, I don't care. Yeah. I'm gonna basically I'll worry about that more once I start working with a few IP cameras. So we're actually thinking about putting a couple of Wi-Fi extenders in when I do get the new place, And no matter where I go, I'm going to put them in so that if I'm in the far end of my apartment, it is going to affect the connectivity. So,
yeah, that's a good idea.
you know, it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Going to be a fun move, showing the setup start to finish and setting up my studio / office. You know, I'm going to get a green screen so I can green screen if I want to. Trying to find one of them used on eBay because lots of people get into doing live stream and lots of people get out. So
just get a cheat.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a user. I just use a green sheet or a blue sheet. Doesn't matter what color it is.
It is Test Tuesday, and they were on. They must be coming back on later.
At 8 Canadian English time.
8 English, so they're coming on in about an hour and a half. Well, that works out well. So I'll drop, and then everybody can go into Test Tuesday. That is just perfect.
I won't be doing a test Tuesday. I don't got anything to test with.
No, I need a new nitrate test kit. So the only thing I'm watching is my nitrates and my phosphates right now.
Yeah, the only thing I got is KH.
Yeah.
Everything else out. I can't afford to buy a new one. It's still expensive. Have to wait.
It is incredible. I will tell you. Brunswick. Okay. It is probably the most amazing thing to watch somebody go out, spend $400 or $500 getting a tank set up, whether it's freshwater or getting themselves into salt, and watch them look at football trying to get this you know, unfortunately, the way it usually works, and I try and explain to them, you're going to lose 50% of what you paid.
Yeah.
You know, it's an automatic kind of deal, right?
Yeah, it's like buying a car.
Mm-hmm.
You lose 30% as soon as you start up the car.
Is Marky all lit up? Is he? That's good. At least he's comfy. Yeah. Happy as a clam.
It's hard to toast him, Mikey, man. You don't like that.
Yeah.
You want these bangers.
Yeah, we
sausage.
Saw his sausage.
It's sausage.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
No, sausage good.
Yeah, so my phone's dropping away, so I'm just going to eject that bugger out. That's done. Cancel. Now, you're going to come back? It might. So, there we go. So, for now, you know, it's odd, though. I'll go on to, we call it Kijiji up here in the States. They call it Craigslist. You know, over in Europe, they got other ones, right, that are kind of similar. Yeah. And it's funny to watch these guys trying to get $900 for their $2,000 setup. That's fair, right? Go for it. Yeah. The problem is you're going to get more money if you piece it out.
Oh, yes, you do. Absolutely.
Yes. Awesome, Tina. Yeah, nothing like being lit up, Marky. Yeah. You know, it's the same thing with phones. It doesn't matter what it is, right? But you know, you're right. Anybody, I'll watch get themselves into music. And I always like to say that most of my best guitar deals and the other people were the ones that came off me selling something in a time of need, or another guy selling his stuff. And unfair, because a $4,000 guitar should not be going for $800.
Oh, that's a bit cheap.
Yeah, it's one of the, it's awful, right? Like I got a pretty good deal on most of my stuff when I sold it off, because I basically was just being nice and giving a few guys a break. Like my Jackson's is a car brand. He put it. The guy walked in, pretty much dropped a load. And guitars were, you know, there, and this is what I was offering, and they were in mint shape. You know, my last Jackson probably only saw the road for about a year, so it wasn't all scratched up, dinged up, and banged up. And I have not seen a Jackson DKM2 Pro, DK2M Pro, sorry, which means that it's a Jackson Dinky 2 professional maple, right? So maple fretboard, maple neck, and I love maple. Elite guitar players generally will see faster, I guess, for lack of a better term. That guitar was bought for a little over $1,000 when it fell out in 2007, which makes it about a $2,000 guitar. I sold it to the guy. I gave him a pretty good deal. I gave it to him for $800, right? And it was with all the modifications I made. That was a good deal. The Wolfgangs, which are Eddie Van Halen signature, a little over 1,000 each when I sold them off, and that was a game. The blue, I played the hell out of that one. So I had a blue maple, flame maple, a little more. I sold that for $1,400. My amplifier went 5 deal. That's about $1,000 amplifier. I just would take guys would come in and try to $100. There's the door. But it seems with the fish hobby, we talk about our spouses and significant others who aren't into it. Mine is. I do talk to lots of fellas that their wives aren't. It was kind of funny to watch these guys. They're in such a hurry to sell it because they have that person yelling at them behind them to sell it.
Yeah,
that's just a sin. I watched a guy with it was a 180 gallon with a 75 gallon sump stand lighting, and it was Radion lights. He tried to sell sand. It's like nobody should be using that sand. He'd only been in the hobby 3 months, and there was probably $3,000 worth of stuff, and he was trying to get 1,800, and it all went for $900. Somebody bought that all up for. Yeah. That was just heart wrenching. That's way less.
Yeah, it all depends on how desperate you are for money at the point.
Yeah, how fast you need money, right?
Yeah.
I always tell people try to. So.
Yeah. But we see that the same here as well on our Craigslist and on Facebook with the sell saltwater stuff. People buy new tanks, and a month after they just sell anything because nothing is growing out. They got no patience. You have to wait for it. It takes time to grow.
Yeah, you're not going to have
in 1 month. It takes a year or two.
Yeah, we've talked about that before. That these tanks you see pictures of, and they're so takes years to get to that. That's not going to happen overnight, unless you got the money to go out and buy a colony that big.
Exactly.
And willing to take the risk. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it's better to buy frags if they die. Get a new one.
Well, you don't feel so bad. It sucks that they died, but in all honesty, it's a lot easier to deal with losing a $25 frag than a $300 colony, right?
Oh yes, it is.
And guitar is a lot harder than people think it is. My favorite is I play guitar, and my standard response is cool.
I can't play anything for save my life.
Well, the thing is if you can strum some chords and everything, that I guess that means you can play guitar. That's the way I look at it.
Good as well.
You know what I mean? As long as you're happy, that's it. I stopped giving any opinions. Like, well, what do you think? And I hate that question. That's a loaded gun for a musician, right?
I think something, but I don't want to tell you.
Do you really want the honest? You want the honest God truth, or what you want to hear?
Do you see my eardrums bleed?
Yeah. Do you see my eardrums bleeding? Yeah.
No, that's good. How is the?
He should not be wrinkling his nose at bacon.
What's wrinkling nose at bacon?
Oh, there we go. My internet must be leveling off. The tank's up and running smooth now. That's good. Yeah, I've been playing. I still play. I mean, you don't lose how to play it. I'd have to, work my way back in to get everything back up to snuff. But did you ever catch any of my videos, Tom, of me playing?
Yeah, I watched all of them.
Oh, you did you? There you go. Yeah. So, yeah, Tom will back me up. I can play. I know how to play a guitar. Know how to sing.
Sounds good.
But it's kind of funny. I taught, and most of the time I was just a glorified babysitter. 30 minutes costs $15. It's worth $15 in the cost of a guitar. What I used to hate is parents would go out and buy these $99 kits. Well, if my kid improves, I'll buy him a better one. But you're giving them, that's the equivalent of, you're going to shovel this, but here's just a handle. And if you get a hole dug somewhat, I'll get you the rest of the shovel. That's just a bad way to start off. You know, it just isn't. You know, it's like you don't have to spend a lot, but spend a little, would you? You know.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to exactly. You don't have to go out and buy a $2,000 guitar, and I've seen that too. I watched a kid come in one day, and he had, if I recall, it was the Herman Lee, the guy from Dragon Force, his signature model guitar from Ibanez, and that guitar is probably about $2,400 plus. And I think there's two models, and I think one's almost $4 grand. And I think he had that one because it had all the gold hardware. It had everything Herman Lee's did. And I said, you know, you could have bought him just an S420, which is pretty much the exact same thing. It's just not all, it doesn't have Herman Lee's name on it, and it has a different finish. And man, the look on their face, and it's just like, did you buy it for him because that's what he wanted? And if they could afford it, who am I to, you know, judge? But this kid had no interest in learning how to play. No baby steps, no nothing. He decided he was going to grab a guitar and he was going to play Dragon Force. And if you go listen to Dragon Force, you're going to see what a laugh that is, right? Basically, it's video game music, for lack of a better term. I don't even know what to call it.
Guitar Hero?
No, just look up Dragon Force, Through the Fire and Flames. Watch it on YouTube. Even those guys have a hard time actually playing that. Like really, it's very difficult to play that stuff, right? It's overtly complicated. But people like it, go for it. You know what I mean? Kid took lessons months. He couldn't get past playing Peter Gunn. You know, so just da-na, 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 da-na. It's all on one string. It's two fingers. You can do this. He wouldn't learn any scales. You want to play that stuff, you need to learn your scales, buddy. You know, because that's all it is. Going is scales. It's you got to understand, right? Anyway, I can't play that stuff. I say that I could probably do parts of it really well, but to put it all together, it's not my kind of music. I'm more of a bit of kind of thing of the biggest influence in my life. I named Mark Kendall, who played in Great White. Which it turns out that Cruz Arias lived next door to their drummer when he was growing up, Audie Desbro. Yeah. I'm like, I hate you. You Great White rehearse. He went, yep. Really? You know, like one of my hero bands met of his cane-induced era. So it wasn't exactly the nice to talk to because, you know, he's a little too high. But they were great live. Great White was probably one of my favorite bands. Everything off the first 3 albums I love, right? Schottenberg, Once Bitten. Is it Once Bitten? What is the second album? Once and Shy.
I have no idea.
Yeah, they played at a place called the Station House in Long Island or Staten Island. I can't. No, Long Island, I think. And unfortunately, decided to run pyro. When they were warned they couldn't, and it lit up some sound and it caught on fire, and a whole bunch of people died. That thing. That was one of those situations where you just sort of you shook your head. You know, it all came out in the wash. I mean, they got their of course got their rear end suit off, and they'd never really recovered. Like Mark Kendall was not there; he was not in the band at that point, and he just kind of. Now, you can read the interviews to talk about it. It was one the stupid led to that. Yeah. It wasn't like it Wiggles of Death.
You're breaking up badly now, Craig.
So that my internet is just toasting it, so I'm gonna. All right, am I back?
Yeah,
am I back? Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna cut it soon, right? Like I said, he's doing his thing, so I'm gonna cut it off before my internet kicks out again. But yeah, so let's cut it out. Those guys will be up and running about an hour and a bit. So they're going to come on at 8 their time. That's going to be 4 my time. So about an hour and a half. And sorry you didn't hear any of that, Tina. Yeah, my internet's acting up. So I'm going to cut it out before it kicks out completely on me. And I'm going to go help that buddy out. He did message me. He wants my help there around 3. So that's less than half an hour. So I'm going to go
to him.
at testing 2 worldwide. Don't forget to check it out. And I will see. Hopefully my internet up and starts or something. We'll see. Right?
Yeah.
Later, Margie. All right. Later, guys.